It's 7 a.m. in New York City, and the city's already in fifth gear. Horns are blaring, coffee's brewing, and somewhere, someone's yelling about bagels. Hi, everyone. I'm Kate, the Street View gal, and with a little help from Google Earth and Street View, we're doing something a little iconic today. We're walking Broadway. Yup, you heard that right. Walking, not watching. Because while most people think Broadway means flashy musicals and jazz hands, it's also the name of arguably the most legendary street in Manhattan. Technically, it starts way downtown at Bowling Green and stretches 33 miles, all the way through Manhattan, the Bronx, and deep into upstate New York. But don't worry, I'm not making you walk 33 miles. So here's the plan. We're starting at Times Square, because of course. Then we head south and pass through Herald Square, home to the original Macy's. Yes, that Macy's, the one with the Thanksgiving parade, and also one of the largest department stores in the world. Next up, a peek at the Flatiron Building, then through Union Square and into NYU territory, aka the stretch where you'll see college students juggling laptops, textbooks, and iced oat milk lattes. That leads us to Washington Square Park, complete with its mini Arc de Triomphe, street musicians, chess hustlers, and the occasional guy doing handstands for tips. From there, it's a straight shot down to Wall Street, past the skyscrapers and the One World Trade Center, and finally to Bowling Green, home of the Charging Bull. If you're feeling bold, rub its nose for good luck. If you're feeling weird, well, you'll see where tourists actually rub it. All right, New Yorkers, let's get this started. Walking shoes? Check. Phone charged? Check. Coffee big enough to be its own Broadway star? Double check. It's 9 a.m. and we're kicking things off at Times Square. But wait, how do you actually get here? Easiest way, hop on the subway. The 1, 2, 3, N, Q, R, W, A, C, or E lines all stop right at Times Square, 42nd Street. Basically, if it moves underground, it probably stops here. Pop out of the station, take a breath, and prepare to be fully, completely overwhelmed. Because this is Times Square. Lights, screens, people everywhere. It's like standing inside a neon pinball machine. You've got the giant digital billboards and more tourists than a cruise ship buffet. You've even got the Times Square board here. But Times Square wasn't always this flashy. It used to be called Longacre Square until the New York Times moved its headquarters here in 1904 and gave it a glow-up. Oh, and that giant red staircase you're seeing? That's the top of the TKTS booth, where you can grab same-day Broadway tickets at half price. And yes, there are 300,000 people passing through here every single day. So if it feels crowded, it is. Plan to spend about 2 hours here and then head south toward Herald Square. It's about a 10-minute walk. And if you're feeling hungry, there's an Essa bagel store right around the corner. Their bagels are roughly the size of a steering wheel. Highly recommend. And oh, look who's towering right next to us! The Empire State Building! If you've seen our full New York video, you probably learned a few things about EMPI that even lifelong New Yorkers don't know. All right, it's around 11:30 a.m., and here we are in Herald Square, and you cannot miss what's waiting here, Macy's. This place has been open since 1902, takes up an entire city block, and is still one of the largest department stores in the world. Quick fact, the building is actually a National Historic Landmark, because apparently, shopping can be historic too. All right, it's around time to keep walking. Broadway doesn't wait. We're heading south again, and about 15 minutes later, we're standing at one of the most photogenic buildings in New York City, the Flatiron Building. You'll spot it right where Broadway slices through Fifth Avenue like it's cutting cake, creating that iconic triangle shape. The building is skinny, sharp, and somehow looks like it's defying physics. It's only 22 stories tall, but it's got main character energy. Built in 1902, it was one of the tallest buildings in the city at the time, and yes, people thought it would fall over in a strong breeze. Spoiler alert, it didn't. If you're hungry, Shake Shack's right there in the park. Go on, you earned it. Consider it your Broadway reward. Quick fact, in the early 1900s, the triangular corner of the Flatiron caused updrafts that would blow women's skirts upward. This became such a thing that cops had to be stationed here to chase off loitering men. Yep, classic New York. Plan to spend about 15 minutes here. more if you're aiming for that perfect Instagram angle. When you're ready, it's just a short walk down to NYU land, where the vibes get a little more collegiate and the coffee orders get a little more complicated. This is the heart of New York University's campus. But unlike most colleges, NYU doesn't have a closed-off campus. It is literally the neighborhood. Lecture halls are tucked between cafes, bookstores, and bagel shops, which makes every walk to class a New York moment. And right by the side is one of my favorite spots on the whole walk, Washington Square Park. First thing you'll notice, that big marble arch. It's modeled after the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, but built for George Washington, because of course it was. He passed through this area in 1789 on his way to become the first US president, and New York never forgot it. This park is a people-watching paradise. On any given day, you might catch a hot dog and pretzels guy, a musical guy playing the guitar, or an artist selling paintings. And that's all before lunch. Quick fact, the park used to be a cemetery. Yeah, thousands of bodies still lie beneath your feet. So if the pigeons act weird, now you know why. If you're in the mood for a bite, grab a slice from Joe's Pizza nearby. It's a classic. Or just sit by the fountain, listen to a saxophone, and let New York do its thing. Plan to spend about 30 minutes here, more if you want to play a round of chess with a guy who will absolutely destroy you in 5 moves. As you walk south from Washington Square, things start to shift. The streets get narrower, the buildings get taller, and suddenly you're surrounded by glass, steel, and a whole lot of power lunches. This is the financial district of New York, the heart of Wall Street, the land of stock tickers, skyscrapers, and serious business. But that's a whole different world from the energy up here. So instead of squeezing it in, we've got a whole other video planned just for the financial district. Think Charging Bull, Trinity Church, the New York Stock Exchange, and yes, the One World Trade Center. For now, this has been your virtual walk down one of the most legendary streets in the world. I'm Kate, your Street View gal, and I'll see you in the next video.